There are many ways to use your right hand to play the bass, but the main two are your fingers or a pick. A lot of bassists are very against the idea of using a pick on bass. However, I think it's very important to be comfortable playing with a pick and with your fingers for a number of reasons. The main reason being that you can just get very different sounds with the pick instead of your fingers. If I just play a note with my fingers, it sounds very fat and warm, but if I play with a pick, obviously depending on where you play it over the pickups will change the sound as well, but playing with a pick gives it a much sharper, kind of punchier sound, which can be very useful. You can also palm it with a pick for a really cool sound, and there's just different ways you can use it in different contexts to use it in that can be very useful and sound very cool. So like I said, I think it's important to be able to play comfortably with your fingers or with a pick, but it's also important to know when you should play with a pick over your fingers, because the sound that a pick will provide won't always be the right sound for the context that you're playing in. For example, if you're playing like a really laid-back, just chill, slow song, then a pick probably won't sound the best because of that punchy kind of driviness that you get from it just in general when you're playing with it. But if you're playing with your fingers, you get a much warmer sound and a little bit fuller, warmer sound that would fit into a, more chill kind of song, if that makes sense. But if you're playing, say, a rock song, then a pick is going to sound really good in that. Not saying that you can't use a pick on slow songs, that you can't just use your fingers on a rock song, but most of the time in a rock song, just the drivey sound that you get with a pick, it'll sound better than. But sometimes playing with a pick will sound better in a certain song than just playing with your fingers, and same thing the other way around as well. Of course, personal preference also plays a part in that decision, because you might just like the sound of a pick in a certain song better than the sound of your fingers in the same song. Neither one is technically right or wrong, but they do sound different, and it's helpful to be able to tell when you should use one over the other. I play bass at a few different churches, and generally for that type of music, I just play with my fingers because I like that warmer, fuller sound. It just kind of fits in with that music a little bit better. But I also play with a couple bands or groups that mainly play, more rock or indie type stuff, and for that, I like to play with a pick a lot. I almost always choose to play with a pick over my fingers for that type of music, just because it kind of stands out a little more and it's a little bit drivier. It just kind of fits the music a little bit better. I'm going to play a couple of bass lines with a pick first and then with my fingers on the same bass line, just so you can kind of tell the difference back to back of the sound between pick and fingers. As you can hear from those few clips, there's quite a big difference in the tone between playing with a pick or playing with your fingers. Let me know which sound you prefer and which one you prefer playing with yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos from this channel, you can click right up here on the screen for some of those, and I will see you right over there.